Welcome to another Transformers review. Today we will be reviewing Autobot G1 Skids. Now this is a G1 Autobot Skids. His saying is, deep down we are more alike than unalike humans. He is a minivan, and this minivan's got a little compartments right here that can open up. For G1, that was pretty eventful at the time. His back could open up, doors, and he's got like a little sunroof right there for a minivan. That's all the compartments that can open up for G1 Skids. Now we're going to close it up. And we're going to zoom out some. There we go. Now, the bio for Skids is Skids' thoughts are usually elsewhere. He is a daydreamer. Skids would much rather be traveling Cybertron and Earth than fighting in a war. The bad thing about Skids is, as far as weaknesses, he is a daydreamer. He leaves himself open to everything from accidents to enemy attacks. He ponders a lot, and he's a daydreamer. Okay, now we're going to get on to the transformation of a G1 Skids. And this is G1. That right there is the original rub symbol, but it doesn't work that good anymore. Probably just due to age. I've tried to get it to turn. It turns somewhat, but it does not turn all the way. This is the back side of them. Side view. And the front view. Okay, now we're going to get on to transforming G1 Skids. I do not have none of his accessory weapons, so it's just him without the weapons. Okay, we're going to get on to transforming him now. Like it showed you, pull out the door. Now it reveals a little bit of his arm right there. We'll come back to it. There's another door. And we're basically just going to pull down his feet. Like so. Take his wheels. Fold them in. Pull this whole top around, plug it in right there, and pull out his hips. This will expand his feet. Okay. Now from there, I'm going to take his arms, flip them out, take his arm, and flip it out to where they're straight like that right there. Then I'm going to take his back right here, leave the doors open, you're going to pull out the cab, the hood, and that's where his head's at. And then you're going to flip out his head like so. It's tucked up in there pretty good. So you have to pull on his head a good bit to get it to come out. And take his head, move it down to the hood. Push the hood back in. Then you're going to take his arms, carefully rotate them, bring them down, rotate his fist. You're going to do the same with this one. You're going to rotate his arm, pull it down, rotate the fist, leave the back right there. His doors are going to stay open. And let's see if we can get him to stand. Still looks like he's hunched over. But that is just the way he does stand. Okay. Now there's his face sculpt. That is his head sculpt. Right there. As far as articulation, he is a G1 transformer. So the articulations are very limited. Nothing at the feet except for transformation, transforming up like that. As far as the arms, which you want to be very careful moving. You take it, you can roll it back, and they will go all the way 360, all the way around. There is no head articulation. His head does not move. So, as far as articulation for G1 at the time, that was about all you got for Autobot Skids. And I do not have none of his accessory weapons. Skids is one of the more fiddly Autobots. You have to be careful transforming around the arms, because if you get too rough with them, they will break. They are very thin, and if you get, that's the only thing holding it in right there on that hinge right there. And you have to be very careful with him, because he can snap in certain places if you're not careful, because the durability is just not as good as what it is today as far as transforming the Transformers. Now, die cast, he does have a little bit of die cast on him, but it's right here in the back of the cab right here. Let me see. And that is about it as far as die cast that they have. So, anyway, that is the review of Autobot Skids. Oh yeah, let me back up. I did forget to mention one thing. His arms do not bend. He only has rotation up here, but his arms are locked in and fixed. For the G1, that's the way Skid was. The original G1 Skids because he actually had weapons that slid on to each arm, and that was his weapons, which I do not have. But anyway, that's pretty much for G1 Skids. And alright, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Bye.